Try to remember to do that.
Mm-hmm. I also gotta remember to get rid of a lot of these tokens in the GM layer. It is a mess. Okay, Dropkick, can you stop? It's now getting distracting. Okay.
Trying to run a respectful stream here, man.
When last when last we left off, everyone basically finished off the mission. After inquiring and getting some information, you've had deceived everyone around you, or at least enough people to make sure that you weren't spotted out. With the plan in tow, you managed to get inside the enemy base, get in, get out without a trace, and then paralyze the main boss over and over again. Changed him into a rabbit, depicted as a possum, and then ultimately shut everyone else down, leaving only 2 members of the group unparalyzed. And they were like level 3, so I just didn't want to run them against you and then die so fast. And they were more self centered than anything else, so they quickly stopped as they did not want to die or get hurt. The only one you really had to worry about was that one uh, modern looking woman with the jacket, but you paralyzed her. The only other one, Civ, pretty much took down because he was level 3 in his current state. So, yeah, after some time, you managed to get back. There were roughly 28 people that you managed to save in the area. You all were awarded. Let me actually take a look at my awards. Cool.
So you're saying we pulled this off successfully?
Surprisingly, yes. With the help of a Wetworks team, but luckily enough, you told them not to kill anyone, so they didn't. Okay, each of you were awarded with a medal known as the Medal of Valor. Once upon use, you are able to use inspiration. As such, you are able to use 1d8 on any roll you decide to choose. This token is capable of being held on indefinitely, but once used, it is gone. The medal still remains, but the inspiration disappears.
Can we use it after the roll or only before?
After?
Okay.
Medal of Inspiration.
Okay. This is a great honor. Thank you.
It is 1d8
Great.
inspiration die. Basically, it stays on until you decide to use it, then it's gone. Alright, each of you were awarded 3,000 gold or 300 platinum, and King, since she wasn't there, but is still part of your team, was awarded 1,000 gold. You guys told her this and paid later on. It's been roughly 8 hours since then. You guys had to sleep, of course. I assume King wouldn't go up in the middle of the night and be in Section 9 unless he had something to do. Caitlin, you don't count. You're not a people.
So it's the morning now.
It's the morning now. King, the mission started exactly once everything commenced. At 7, everything finished off around 7:15. The paperwork, the people getting counted in, everything being filed roughly ended up around 10. You guys had to give reports, yada yada. I'm just gonna go skip over that unless you really want to do the paperwork. I do have processing maps if you really want to do it, or you can just take a long rest.
So we have enough evidence was found at the warehouse to make a meaningful conviction stick to these rich people?
King left at 8, her standard time, which is before the party, would have gotten back due to traveling. So it'd be morning before I saw them. Yes, it'd be morning before you saw them again. Halloween would do a full report for Ramon and the Queen. All right, very good. The one report would have been given to the Queen regardless, but she is thankful that you did so. Ramon then states to you, Byroth, the full report is able to document everyone that has been involved. However, we still have some key things that need to be tied up. So they are currently conducting an... I don't want to say interrogation, as it is a lot more ruthless than that. But not so much torture.
Myra nods. Good.
If you'd like to be involved, they will continue in 1 hour. They're currently taking a break. If not, that's perfectly fine.
I want to do it.
I'm sure your professionals are much more suited to the test. Although I could offer a zone of truth.
Caitlin shouts out, I want to do it!
I could be of assistance.
Very well.
If
Anyone
perhaps we
else?
will observe Caitlin's craft.
Okay. Okay. Caitlin, Hallowoo, Byroth is kind of interested.
I only need an hour.
What?
I start I've been waiting for this. All right, I take a baseball bat and I start making my my warlock weapon.
Okay. You grab the baseball bat again.
It's an hour ritual. Perfect timing.
I'm gonna say Relton. Hootsinger is also there. King, are you going? Yeah, fair enough. Actually, you'd probably be around school time. As it would be the morning, so that makes sense. It's not. You go to work experience after 12, right around lunch. I mean, Ramon can give you a hall pass so you don't have to actually go to work, not work, school, but if you ask him. Okay. Yeah, here you still have to go to school and do work experience. It's fun to do both. Reveal area.
Yeah, here we do like half a day for high school stuff. But if you're talking like a college internship, that would be your whole thing.
It was both, and if you didn't do both correctly, you'd be in trouble in both.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, King, you asked Ramon for a pass so you don't have to attend schools in the morning. So you pretty much don't have to go to school right now.
An ongoing investigation pass.
Yep. Okay. Hallowoo, Byros, Caitlin, Rauta, Hootsinger. I'm gonna assume Caitlin gets in front.
Yes.
You were given clearance thanks to Ramon and to the one guard that you guys keep interacting with. Well, not the guard, but the lieutenant. You don't even know her name. You just keep talking with her.
Call her Lieutenant.
Okay. It didn't take you long to get there, so you pretty much just waited after a while. Gonna go with some angst. I think I have angst. Oh no, I didn't. Darn it.
Hey, Dogma.
What's up?
Does he look like he could take a hit from me?
Yes.
I mean, like a hit from me, like a real hit, like a warlock hexblade bat hit.
I'll give it to you straight. If you didn't paralyze him and turn to a rabbit, and then paralyze him again, he could have taken any of you guys down.
Nice.
Yeah, big strong man strapped in chair now.
As you see before you, there are two investigators currently getting a few things out and about. They do have some instruments there that look more torturous than needed, but he doesn't seem to be sweating. He doesn't seem to be fully cognitive of his ideals. If you had to guess, his current mind is in a state of paralysis as they are about to awake him again. They held him down in this state in order for them to grab lunch, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. They've been at it this all night, so they had to take a break, get some lunch, and come back. They didn't want the effects that they've done to go away, so right now his mind is kind of paralyzed. It will last for another minute, so you have like time to talk and get the information they've already gathered.
Okay. So what do you guys have so far?
All right. From what we've gathered, we've gotten bits of information about which families are currently connected and tied to this. That's all well and good. You guys already know that. From what we can tell, Lynn is involved, but so are a few other participating members. Right now, we're looking into that. From what we can gather, there's someone in the section department that is helping them, as they've acquired not only intel but gadgets that we have created and crafted in here. They're not for public display yet. Right now, we're currently trying to gather that name. We've also gotten a few connections and importing sites where he is exporting and importing into the city. We are currently doing raids in those areas. So right now, we need the name of the person that's helping him within the R&D department, as well as his contact within the King's Network organization.
Have you any use of a Zone of Truth spell? Or
It is.
As professionals, I'm sure you must have one.
We do have it, but we've been running through them all night, so if you have one, it'd be beneficial to us, as we are tapped out at the moment, which is why we brought in our instruments.
He probably wanted to get back into Lynn's good books and get his trade back up, says Hollywood the Glamorous. as
The
she turns to
man,
him.
no, the woman's closer. The woman turns towards Hollywood and states, "That is a possibility, yes. We've gathered intel that he has been importing towards Lynn. If I had to guess, he has a connection within Thea, the current continent that is adjacent to us and is currently doing trade with Lynn. So yeah, that is another possibility we can gather, some connection we can make. So if you can acquire that name as well, it would be beneficial. So the three main
Builds a Zone of Truth.
The three main objectives are to gather who he's connected with within the King's Network, to gather who he's connected with within Athea or Lynn, and to gather who in the R&D department he is tied to.
Would the Zone of Truth spell take effect while he is in this state, or must he be wakened first?
Once he awakens, the truth spell will hit him. So if you use it now, it will work regardless. He just needs to fully be cognizant, which will be in about 30
I
seconds.
cast it now then.
Okay.
I can cast it.
I also heard the truth stars, blah blah blah. You can cast it like behind him, so it only target him and maybe some random people in the streets. Or you can cast it within the room.
No, I'll just try to clip him so we can lie during the interrogation.
That's what I assumed. I also have the detect thought spell to tell if he's fully telling the truth. The man looks towards you, Halloween, and states, "That will... You two seem adept at this. I can see police work does you
Caitlin's doing
well."
practice swings.
Alright. As you're doing practice swings, Byroth casts the truth spell behind him. It accidentally hits 3 standbyers in the distance. Something happens there, but it doesn't really affect you, so I'm not going to describe it. Percival then wakes up 30 seconds later. Then the spell actually hits him. He must make a saving throw.
Fail. That didn't fail.
He is in a police corridor system. So you would have disadvantage based off of everything they've done. Does a 14 save?
Unlikely.
Okay. Yes or no, Byroth? I need to know.
Oh, against me?
Yeah.
No, my DC is 16.
Oh, okay. He completely fails. You know that he can skirt answers, but the answers will still be truth. Let's see.
No longer outright lie.
Yes. It's good thing he has disadvantage. He fails to both of you. You can read his thoughts and see if he's telling the truth. I don't know if my one has to save. It has to save, but there's a criteria only if you probe deeper. Which is why it casts detect thoughts. Okay. Halloween, you can detect his thoughts. He failed, so even if you scroll deeper, he won't be able to notice. If you scroll really deep, though, that's when it'll take effect. He wakes. You can't see. Oh, you can't see it because they haven't shown to players.
Oh, I know his name from my notes. Percival. What's his last name again?
Percival of House Barovia. Because Percival Barovia doesn't make sense.
Alright, good. He's awake. Perfect time to hit him with my zone of truth. He's restrained, right?
Yes. He also was hit with the
Just-
Zone of Truth beforehand. Oh, you're...
It's what he calls it.
It's what you call your bat. Immediately as he wakes up, he's looking around. He would say, "What's going on? What is this?" But he doesn't know what that he was pinned down and paralyzed. He also actually knows what's going on. So from the last point, he states, "As I said," and then whack straight in the face. Spits out blood and then looks towards Caitlin. "When did you all? All right, that's about enough." Looking towards Percival, not Caitlin. You guys got permission here?
Caitlin cracks her knuckles.
Well, you guys did get permission here. He will likely stop you, Caitlin, if you do too much damage.
Don't worry. I know
How
this
do you
stuff.
the glamorous turns to Clayton? What the hell are you doing?
I'm just starting this interrogation off right.
All right, looks like we're going to there first.
Nah. When I got called in, we were already doing this the hard way.
First is the threat, dear. First is the threat. Then intent.
I don't make
And then
threats.
initiative.
I don't
No.
make threats.
Just don't do too much damage, dear. We can't be liable for your actions too far. While you are
Don't worry, I
correct,
know wisdom.
Miss Hallowoo, he has broken international laws, the laws of human rights, the laws of non-human rights, as well as smuggling various contrabands. He is technically not only within the jurisdiction of ourselves, but the jurisdiction of Lynn, Athea, and few other organizations. I'm not saying we're allowed to do this, but people want answers. And people will look the other way. I'm afraid he has lost his nobility. Percival then looks
Oh, so-
towards him and goes,
Oh, he's not even House Barovian.
he still is House Barovian, but his nobility status has now been stripped of him. He then Percival looks towards the guard and then states, I may have lost my nobility status here. You can tell his voice has changed. That does not matter. My gifts will still come, regardless of your intent. Now then, I assume you want answers. I can only give you so much before my own life becomes in its own threat. That made no sense. Basically, he's saying I can only give you answers as so long as they don't threaten my life. So if we can
Beat
make
your wife, Barovian?
only when I
Johan
feel like
Dostojevsky?
it.
And side eye at Caitlin like, back.
Caitlin takes out a notebook and puts a check mark.
Plain.
Toss it back on the table.
Okay. There's a couple of other check marks. He then states, but if it's beneficial to me, I can do a deal with you. You let me go, set me out in the middle of the woods, I don't care, and I give you a few answers.
Have you
Why did you
asked?
flee Lynn before? Says Hollywood,
Looking
the
towards
glamorous as she
Hallowoo
turns to Percival.
and states, another damn elemental person. It's always you. I have left of not only of my own accord, but of the accords of others that decided it wasn't real fruitful of a slaver to be there, exporting the citizens into a... Let's just say they don't like their citizens being enslaved and then tested on by a strange, shady organization.
No shit. You speak of deals, Barovian. Have you made deals before? Since you are perhaps more than human.
I've made many deals. As Caitlin grabs his chair, but not in the place where he noticed. But he saw you move behind him. But he then states, I've made many deals, many that threaten mine and many other lives. But I've gotten through them all without death. He has been scratched before. So, I will make a deal with you. In doing so, you let me go.
A dogma.
Mm-hmm.
Can I exert my aura onto him?
You can try.
My feeling of dead thingy.
He does seem to be... the hairs behind his neck do seem to be rising up. You do know that he is afraid, but not only of you, there's a secondary fear. Something higher, something greater than your own. Yours is in a natural state. The second fear you feel off of him is something that he has seen firsthand. While he does fear you, there's a greater fear behind him that he's trying to avoid. If such a deal were
Not this
troublesome,
happy
why are
world.
you trying to get back in contact with the land? He looks towards you, Halloween, and states, I am tired of running. As such, I demand my own house back. Some people in Lynn like commodities. They don't know where they come from. They don't ask questions. So, if I grease enough palms, I can get back. And this place will become dangerous soon enough. So I'd rather not be here when that happens. Is what he says.
Caitlin puts her hands on his shoulders. You know, like kind of like how like someone massages your shoulders, except she's got gauntlets on.
Okay. You give him a deep tissue massage, but just hold on. You don't really do anything.
Yep.
What is your connection to these kings? What is your connection to these kings? Halavu states. The man then states, I am doing business for them. I provide them with subjects, test their little gadgets that they've acquired from time to time, fix them. Well, my men fix them. I don't know any of this crap technology. And at times import things where they need to go. Which ones as
Hello,
which kings?
Farmers says, which king?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I have worked with the yellow, and I have worked with the red.
Exactly who have you worked with in the Red and Yellow King's entourage?
I've
Who's who you have dealings with? Name the name.
I've worked with a few. Names mean nothing to me as long as they have the resources I need. But the one Zone of Truth Matt, you just whack him in the head as you let go of his shoulder for no apparent reason. And then he states, the man you took whack looks at you, tries to look at you, can't fully turn, but he's pissed, and then states, the one your friend took out yesterday was one of the Yellow King's men. I don't know his name. He's probably one of the jail cells right now. As Halloween states, Caitlin, please stop.
Exactly which friend do you speak of? Masked one or just police officers?
The one with pink hair. I don't know.
I wish that was more narrowing.
Civ.
That's true. But you assume since he didn't point at, I don't know, Relta, you assume he meant Civ.
And we've talked about his connection to Lynn. Tell us about your connection to the R&D. How did you acquire and develop these comic books?
So, are we going to strike a deal? Like I said, I can give you a few bits of information. This involves danger.
Or we can torture you to death, I mean.
Information, depending on the quality and the level, could guarantee you such freedoms.
This will be about, yeah, Baroth, with advantage thanks to Caitlin's, I'm going to say help? You will have to roll a intimidation check. It will be at advantage, but it has to be high. You are threatening his life by torture, but he is afraid. Caitlin can tell this.
Intimidation. Not my strongest. 17, probably not that great.
It is good for normal circumstances, but looking towards you, he then states, Doing that will just mean you get nothing.
I feel like Byroth said it real casual because he's kind of like, okay.
If possible, I wanna like pet his head and say this to him. We'll get the answers one way or another. It's whether or not you like your situation afterwards.
Halavu, are you saying that to Caitlin and Byroth? Or are you saying it to the man? Oh, okay. They probably shake their heads now because this is the first interrogation they've done.
His first time we have done this is not the first time I have done. I find it unpleasant, but sometimes necessary. Also have no sympathy for probably demon-possessed wife-beating slavery.
And drug lords. That's like the least of your worries. Caitlin says that again, he is afraid, but you are not as intimidating as the people he's afraid of. He then states,
Alright, then I'll try.
how's
Alright,
this? You let me go in a dangerous area where creatures are about threatening my life. And in doing so, I give you one answer. You provide me with 5 rations. In doing so, I will give you another answer. You provide me with a weapon. In doing so, I will give you another answer, and we work from there.
I like this deal.
I have several ideas on how to cheat all this already.
I assumed. But he is afraid of his life, and this is the best scenario he can think up of right now.
So I'm gonna ask him this.
Yeah.
So,
He will roll. Man, it's a good thing you guys are doing it in the police station. What role is it? Detect thoughts would likely be wisdom, right? Yeah, it's like that. Does a 15 beat your spell level? Okay, you're able to dive in deeper. As you dive in deep, cementing into his brain. Not cementing, that makes no sense. What was I thinking? I don't know, can't remember the word. As you dive into his mind, severing tie into tie, as you dive deeper, you see you see an image. You see something strong, something a lot more powerful than you think. It is a humanoid, but it is someone far stronger than you have ever seen before. You have seen mages at the depths of their field doing some amazing things. You have even seen your old former bardic teacher with amazing skills. In front of you stands a man of great presence. I'm trying to find his token, so I don't have to do the description, but I think it's in the account I'm using for the recording, so I'm just going to have to describe it anyways. He doesn't see his face, but it is a mask with adorning, not adjacent, with some strange ornaments inscribed around it. He has various accoutrements around him, as well as his own gang-like squad, various other people in masks. But above all, you do sense a very intimidating aura around him. If you ever see him, you are easily able to pick him out of him again. You don't see his true form, but you do see a presence that is beyond reproach. You then dive back out of his mind. The longer you stayed there, the longer you saw him, the more you felt dread. You're not sure why, but you also felt sorrow.
That sounds terrifying, Caliban. It's what's inside his brain? No wonder he's not being afraid of torture to death.
He looks towards Hallowoo because you described it, and he then states, "If you saw him, if you saw all of this, then you know you are the least of my threats."
But we are your most immediate.
Which is why I'm willing to strike a bargain.
Honestly, why have you not beguiled or charmed him yet?
Pretty sure you complained every time I did that.
You told the one man to swim himself to death. That was
Oh,
unnecessary.
slavery's bad. You shouldn't enslave people, Caitlin. It's so wrong.
You see the guard.
Okay.
It is? Do we need to talk with you?
Everyone in the room is just looking at Caitlin like, yeah.
Hallowoo then states, "The fact of the matter is we need to know why this is such a threat to you." Looking towards you, Hallowoo, he then states, "Death comes but once for many of us. Sometimes we can be resurrected, sometimes we can be brought back," as Caitlin scoffs behind him. He then states, however, "But he is able to pierce your soul before your own death, before your demise, and even after. I have seen it before with my own two eyes. He is able to rip out a soul and turn it into something grotesque. He is able to rip out a soul and turn it into something beautiful. He is not a man you deal with. I wouldn't even call him a man. This is why I'm afraid. He can mess with
I can
you.
do the grotesque part, but I haven't mastered beauty.
He can mess with you whether you're dead or alive. And right now, I'm in limbo between either dying at your hands and him finding my body and soul in custody, or I somehow manage to get away while I'm living, where somewhere he can't find me. I don't know what he wants. All I know is he wants something in this city. He wants people. He wants... The best thing I can guess is he wants something of power in this city. But, again, we need to strike a bargain before I give you concrete evidence."
Shit. That was in character. I dropped my pen.
You just drop your truth bat. But yeah, if you don't strike a bargain with him, he pretty much just gives you roundabout answers at this point. He gave you a lot, but nothing concrete, unfortunately.
Hmm. 5 days ration for the answer to one question. A dagger for answer to other. All your holdings stripped from you. All legal protections gone, banished from our realm.
That's already been stripped.
It's not
How-
so bad.
How familiar.
Yeah. You can think of worse fates, but perhaps the wilds would kill.
It does not matter to me. I can rebuild again. I can start a family again. Those children and that mother can die for all I care. They are no longer mine.
Perhaps the wilds are not cruel enough for this one.
Hmm.
God, I wish I was wearing a helmet right now.
The woman then states,
Investigators?
well, Halloween then states, I'm trying to leave my bias out of this, but I think the investigators should have a say in what we do. The woman then states, right now. Oh, wait, woman. uh, well, right now we're getting some answers. While they are roundabout, we can work with this, so we've just been letting you, take over the investigation for a bit. So if you want to strike a deal, that is more than enough fare. We can think of a few places we can drop him off.
Places where it is unlikely he will find civilization again.
I think it'd be unlikely he'd be able to get out. Ever.
I don't know. I think he could.
Let's just say we've dealt with his kind before. And while there is a 1, maybe 5% if he's skilled enough, he is likely not going to make it out. But the choice is yours. After all, we've gotten some pretty good bits of information thanks to you. So we're willing to hear your thoughts on this matter.
Life in the cage is a cruel fate. But this one, if any, deserves it. I'm more concerned with punishment than question. Let's say the rest.
I'm gonna sit in this chair.
Okay. So, do you guys make a deal? YN?
First to Dogma. I'm gonna tap his face to get him to look at me.
Okay.
He's looking at me, right?
Technically.
Where is he looking?
At your finger?
In those baby blues.
I'm gonna like trace my eyes to his eyes.
He doesn't look at you.
Oh, feels a bad duck.
I mean,
Isn't it customary to look at someone when they're talking to you, when they're trying to start a conversation with you?
not if he considers you beneath him. So far, you've been physical towards him, so he just thinks you're a wild animal, some beast.
Feels bad.
This is a noble you're
I'm fine
dealing with.
this. I don't think Caitlin likes that that he thinks that she's beneath her. And there's only one answer to that problem, a dogma.
You don't have to tell me.
This thingamajigger.
Hexblade Curse. As a bonus action, you can raise a spell 30 feet of you. The curse ends early if the target dies or you die. Or incapacitated, the target is cursed for 1 minute. Near the curse ends, you gain the following benefits. Damage roll against its cursed target, bonus proficiency. Critical hit on 19 or 20. The cursed target dies, you gain hit points equal to charisma modifier. You can't use this feature again until you
So
finish a
you can
short or long rest. Okay.
I flick something at him.
You flick something at him. He's annoyed by you. But he's still standing his ground.
No,
I mean,
that's how I'm doing the Hexblade Curse. I flick something at him and it gets stuck to him.
okay. Everything I said still stands true, so.
It's okay.
We need the
this is
answers.
step one.
Fine, we need the answers. Gaius? Who else is gonna Gaius the guy? Gaius?
Geos.
Hang
Alright. You find a
Magical command on her.
green-haired girl and you save her, she gives you a strange eye power, and then you look him straight in the eye, similar to how Caitlin does things. But yours is like a phoenix bird or something. If anyone knows the reference,
He must succeed with some save.
you know.
Spell save DC 50.
Wisdom. He's in the police station. I really shouldn't have given the police station such a good benefit. 9. He fails.
So, what magical command do you want to slam on this guy?
I want him to answer any of the questions that we have for him.
Truthfully?
Yeah, truthfully. Like 100% truthfully.
I mean, he would have to do that anyways. So, I think we're gonna do.
No, he just can't outright lie. He can't outright lie. Now he has to tell the truth.
And he has to.
Or the Gia stakes.
King's typing something. Oh yeah. Nor does he have to answer the question.
He's talking about Zone of Truth, I think.
I don't know. Let me check. You place a magical command on a creature, you can use with range to carry out some service during a certain frame for action. Carry out some. You're typing. Of course, activity, you decide if the creature you can understand it must succeed with a saving throw. Drawing direction. While the target is armed by use of banner, directly counter instructions,
Charm.
but no
It's
more than
supposed to say charm.
one each day. The creature that can't understand that is infected by the spell. You use command you choose, or an activity that you would result in certain day. You should issue the command spell. You can end the spell. Yeah, the command of answer your question would qualify, and in a Zone of Truth spell, he could not answer. In this case, he has to answer.
Who is your contact in? Well, he has to roll.
He rolled. He already failed. Thanks to your
Oh,
Zone
right,
of Truth,
no.
he has to answer truthfully, but he doesn't have to answer thanks to Hallowoo. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to Hallowoo for some reason being the one that casts spells. Thanks to Rauta, which is weird. He has to answer. So, you guys ruined my fun. Thanks. Yeah, he failed, so he has to answer. Alright, what do you ask?
Who's your contact in R&D section? Who's your contact in the R&D department?
Similar to how Caitlin zombifies people, he's like this, but not so romantically inclined to Rauta. He looks towards you, Byron. No hint of malice, just plain. He looks and states, "It is a woman in Section 5. I never learned her name. It was beneath me.
What color was her hair?
Blonde?
How tall was she?
Close to 6 feet. I don't know, attractive, but I wouldn't marry the woman. She was too
What was her rank within the section?
detestable. I believe the one she was disguised as was a bodyguard.
If you were to try to contact her again, how would you do it?
I wouldn't. They contact me.
What is the name of the entity you're so afraid of?
Elusive.
Who is your contact in Lynn?
Magic. You believe that's the name?
Alu asked, "What race is this woman?" Well, she said, "What race?"
Race Wars. She's human. Sorry, human. However, you would not unless you were super into the cult. You can say yes or no. That'll give you the answer or not. You know, like the occult, mysticism, arts, ancient rituals, stuff like that. Like
The
ma-
occult.
like magic that has to do with ritualistic things, entities, old gods, new gods, the primordials, and the ancient ones. Yeah, you don't know who that is, but you had heard rumors of this name. That's all you get, though. So you know it's a person, not just him being a douche and saying magic. Which
What
means
is the
he learned this person's name, so he is a threat to his life or someone he should watch out for.
we need the contact info from the kings, but he didn't really pay much attention to them.
You got the contact info between the person that is transporting stuff from Lynn and Athea. It is magic. The person that he is afraid of is elusive. You need the king contact, which he kind of vaguely stated, but never really gave you an answer. Just that it was the person that Civ knocked out last night.
What is the single piece of information that you would least like us to?
That's interesting. That answer would vary depending on who you ask, but for him, he would state, I am not of noble birth. So you pretty much get nothing other than the fact that he's a douche because he's just a douche. However, Caitlin, based off of the description he gave about his contact within the R&D department, you are the only one other than Realta and Byroth. But Realta and Byroth don't have this information. So, Caitlin, you are the only one to guess who he's talking about. So go ahead and make...
I know exactly who he's talking about.
Okay. Never mind then. Never mind.
From the things that he said, I had a Nam flashback.
No, it's not Claire. At a game, it's not Claire who's he's describing. Claire had black hair and a nice
I'm not talking about Claire.
backwards hat.
I'm not talking about Claire, the portal wizard person.
No. Hallowoo is talking about Claire. But I don't think you've met anyone from Section 5.
Investigators, do you have any further questions about the spell is in effect?
I think we can work with this. You might want to leave the room. We're gonna get graphic on what his past transactions have gone through. It's not something you might want to hear.
Okay, well, the Zone of Truth only lasts 10 minutes.
Then
the
we
Geas lasts until he disobeys it.
then we
30
better get
days.
started.
30 days. The Geas will last a long time. He will just be answering questions, but he might lie.
The investigator then states, certainly, I see no problem. To Halloween.
Just how we do.
She slaps him.
What were your ultimate goals?
Oh yeah, she did ask what his ultimate goals were.
His ultimate goals was to get in the good graces of Lynn, get back there as something was about to happen here that he did not care for. That was the interaction when what does Elusive want? He doesn't know, but there's some source of power he wants from here.
Gee, I wonder what that could be. Didn't we visit a giant source of power?
It's a mystery.
Grabs onto his shirt and pulls him close with a look of murder and mutters, "Stay the fuck away from Lynn. Wait. Try and fuck with Lynn again, and I will hurt you down and hunt you down, not hurt you down." The same thing. Murder you myself, as she lets him go and walks out.
Now she gets inspired.
That sounded vaguely like a threat.
Call it what you will. You guys were a lot more damaging than that. Except for Relta. Relta was just there
Hollywood,
playing
you-
with Hootsinger.
Hollywood, you've grown so much.
In the meantime, King is learning about geometry and how it can correlate with magical spells and its own network system. King, go ahead and roll me some intelligence to stay awake through this lesson.
Angles. Well, someone's truant.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Goodbye, citizens.
Okay. Getting the anxiety music out of the way. Let's go to let's go with 1940s office. They
So we double did a thing. We captured a guy successfully and interrogated.
really didn't want you guys to do the second one. I really wanted you guys to screw up. Don't worry about it. All right. Looking at the prospects that were about to happen, they have 10 minutes to get a lot of information. And they are gonna do it one way or another. But they're not gonna damage him. Thanks to you guys and 10 minutes, they have enough to put him down for life. He is not gonna escape from this. In the meantime, though, what do you guys do? You know that they have someone in custody. From, if you guys interpreted it correctly, from the Red King. You can look for the weird woman that he described in section 5. You can look back
Captain
at.
told them to follow her.
I guess, yeah, we should probably report pretty immediately that Section 5 is compromised by a 6-foot-tall blonde bodyguard human.
Do not send that message.
Kind of attractive.
I will. Guys, we should get on this mole situation, should we not?
Follow me.
Okay. Do you head to the I would want to call it stable, but that's not the right word for holding. Or do you go to section 5?
I have a very specific way that I'm going to head to Section 5 of Dogma. And no, you're not going to send it over the badge. My very weird and specific way that I'm going to go to Section 9 is first we shall go shopping and eat dinner. A very quick dinner. Or lunch. Is it lunchtime?
It's
No, I think
lunchtime.
it's closer to breakfast.
It's lunch at this
Lunchtime.
point.
We shall go eat lunch.
Okay.
This seems
we-
indulgent.
We will all pretend like we didn't get any information out of him that was very important. The third thing that we must do is go find King. I don't know where she is.
You can call her. It's lunchtime, so you know.
Not over
Okay.
the badge, we can't.
You can.
It's very important that we don't use these badges.
Okay. You can. You know she's supposed to be at school. Caitlin did state.
Can you
all
just... Can you not just send Hootsinger with a message or something?
That's really out of character for me to send Singer to do anything. We have to act extremely in character and casual, unless we let the target know that we know something.
My friend. You can stalk as much as you want, but we are in the city. I say we go.
You're too rash. Eat lunch.
Okay, you guys eat something. Don't know how long that takes, but you do eat something in the meantime. You head out. Let's see.
I
You're
go
not
and
gonna
buy a
use the
pearl worth 100
badges.
gold.
You go and
Oh,
buy a burrow.
okay.
That's what you wanted to do the whole time.
You grab a
No,
pearl.
listen, I'm being extremely casual. I'm buying another pearl worth 100 gold. I do not go to that shop at Dogma.
Okay. You easily go to another shop. The one your girlfriend works at, or the one that the weird conversation works at.
I'm gonna go to the weird conversation.
Okay. She goes, "Hey, you. Yeah, I need
It's
a
just
pearl. Yeah, sure. Why not? Quick exchange. We're not gonna deal with that because you got no time for that. You can use your ruby
I
slab and
do the same thing, but with diamonds, so that I can cast Great Arresto. I need some diamonds,
Okay.
so I'll buy.
She
Oh,
knows
actually,
you.
another
You.
thing that I do need is
I buy 3 diamonds for Great Arresto.
Mm.
300 done.
I want to buy a 25 gold diamond
Again, this is all fine.
for indiscriminate
As
purposes.
long as you have the money, it's
Spread your
all
roses.
good.
Done. Interaction done. Lunch done.
Lunch done, and now I take out my badge and I say nothing. I tell them to say nothing, and follow me. I take out my badge and I call Claire from Section 5.
Okay. She looks at her badge and goes, yes, who is this?
Claire, it's me, Caitlin. You remember me from back when we worked together?
Oh, the quiet one with the friend. Yes.
That's me. You know me, the quiet one. While I'm going this conversation at Dogma, we're heading straight to Section 5. But like in a weird C curve starting at the bottom of the sea.
Okay.
I'm real curious. Why Sickboat and Byroth?
Is he around? Like right next to you?
Sickboat is nowhere near me as of current.
Okay, good. She interpreted that differently, so that's perfectly fine. It works out to your favor.
Technically didn't lie.
Technically didn't lie. Good for you. I just like them as a pair. I mean, one super masculine, strong, fit, regal. The other one's super, still buff, but more debonair and put together. Together, I think it'd work.
I could definitely see that working out. Well, except there's a really big problem concerning that. Except I don't want to sink your ship. I want to see how this plays out. You know.
I mean, I do too. I just don't want to push them together unless they really want to. She's hinting.
Oh no! Don't worry.
She's trying to get something off of you, but you just say, "Don't worry."
Don't worry. Sigvold can and may be willing to do so.
I mean,
Byroth is just kind of like furrowing his brows at this. Like,
okay. Is there any reason why you called other than that, though? I mean, it's great. We can talk about this all day.
I would love to visit. Actually, remember how you said we can come back at any time? I would like to see you in person. It's been so long. I got new eyes. I can finally see. You know, it's been going pretty well for me lately.
Oh, that's great. I mean, we're still waiting on supplies, but other than that, we're not really doing anything.
I just remember something. So who's there with you? Actually, I'm actually really concerned. I remember I saw Vera, Maris, Jen, Namar.
I mean, a few of them had
And
to
of
step
course,
out.
you were there, Claire.
Of course. Some of them did step out. The test subjects are currently getting their examinations right now, making sure they were brought back without too many issues. Vera,
Still having that tiefling problem.
she just laughed. So just Vera, Gen, Maris, and Namara here.
Oh.
Gen then looks towards Claire and goes, "Is that Lady Kate? Not Kate. No, yeah, it is Caitlin. Is that Lady Caitlin? Hello there. It is I, Gen."
Hello. Hello, my hero, Jin. I mean, again.
Well, it's quite all right. I get that all the time. Is Nesmond there?
Nesmith is not currently with me at the moment, unfortunately, but I can pass a message.
Certainly. I have recreated the symbology of our friendship. You remember he made a blood pact rune on the wall. You assume that's what he means.
I, nice.
Maybe.
He liked Desmond. But that's all. 'Cause-
Okay, I'll let him know.
Claire then states, but yeah, stop by whenever you'd like.
Would you like to have some tea, actually?
Uh,
If you're not too busy with your research.
Looks towards Maris. It's fine. Looks like I'm free.
Oh yeah. Oh, could you also bring Jim and Gen and that really cute girl Namar? I actually really have a thing for her at the moment. I really need to talk to her. Tell her how I feel. You know? I really have got something to really get off my chest. Please tell me you're not on speaker.
She says nothing.
Wait, I'm on speaker?
Again, because he's not socially aware. Yes, you are. How do you think I was able to speak with you?
You didn't just give him the patch! Oh, jeez, crap. Shit. Oh, crap.
Technically that isn't deception unless he directs it towards Namar. It is the truth, but it is a variant of the truth. Claire can roll insight, but knowing Claire, she wouldn't. She just really
That's why I
hopes
framed it
romance
like
blooms.
that.
If you play the character,
That's why I framed it like a ship.
if you play the NPCs correctly, they won't suspect a thing. Claire's super into love, so she goes, I'll do that. Do you want me to bring Maris too? She seems super disappointed
Maris
because
wanna
technically
come?
that's his boss. Her boss.
Do you want me to come?
Good. Don't want to be the fifth wheel in all this.
Oh, don't worry. This is basically a bus at this point.
Yeah, I don't do people. You guys have fun. Gan then states, I will. Vera then goes, I don't know why I'm going, but sure. Namar was the main focus in this. Because everyone else is going, she's socially obligated to go. I suppose. Claire then states,
Am I still on speaker?
you were never off of it,
Please
dear.
take me off speaker.
She goes into
Please
silent
take me
mode.
off speaker.
You now are able to talk within your own minds. You never specified if you were doing it that way or the other way, so you were on speaker.
I was doing it out loud.
Yeah, I assumed. You're now within the actual spell known as message between badges, so it's not in speaker anymore. She then thinks to you. So where are we going?
Hey, dog, you got that map ready?
Are you going to the salon?
No, not the salon. The other map, like the dining map. I'll go there.
Oh.
Go to my date map.
That's every time we let you do something, you end up trying to bring somebody on a date.
Hey, listen. My inner bard is screaming at me.
You're not a
You
bard no more. You're a bloodthirsty warlock.
I was
Literally.
never a bard.
didn't go on your date last week, so I archived the map. And now it's within a list of over 100 maps. So I'm not going to be able to find that thing.
No. Well, I'm going to the other place than a dogma.
Okay. The bar it is.
The one where I actually went to a date to. All right, dogma.
Okay,
Now
so
for my
how,
very specific plan.
how does this help us find the traitor? We had lunch for some reason. Now we have a date.
I say out loud, but not connected to the phone.
No, you hung up at this point. You just told them the
Okay, cool.
directions, they're heading there now.
Neat. Well, do you want to fight all of Section 5? And plus,
No, I
and
mean
plus
we
Namar's
have
the
very
mole.
credible evidence that this mole is there. I think there's nothing wrong with going to official channels.
Yeah, but they would also be able to listen in. Don't worry, I can take this to a very private place.
I
I'm
know.
still not hearing how we're going to find. Do you think Claire is the traitor?
Oh no, it's Namar.
I don't know Naman.
You
How
know the
is Claire
blonde
going
with
to get us-
the red dress.
How is Claire going to get us to Lamal?
Namar is coming with her.
I must have missed that.
Remember
Okay,
that
that's
woman I
great.
walked off with Sig?
No.
Feels bad.
It was a while ago. Basically, when you were doing the security force for the Section 5 department, there were a few NPCs there. There were hints and clues about who the traitor was. And the only one that actually got that information was Caitlin. It was the blonde-haired woman currently depicted. But she never told anyone. And nothing happened.
Yep.
So that
I knew I would use this. I would need this information later, maybe,
And
or I'd
here we
forget
are.
about it.
So we're now at a date with Claire.
With Claire, Vera, Jen, and Namar.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do you guys call King? Because currently it is time for you guys to meet up. You aren't technically on a mission, but you could rendezvous. I mean, Caitlin did make
I have
mention
a plan.
to contact you, King.
I
so...
do have a plan.
Okay.
I plan to do so. But I do have a plan specifically that involves King and how she's gonna get involved in this plan. And now I call King silently.
All right. You go into message mode, and you call King. King doesn't have to respond, of course. It will be in your mind. It won't affect anything outside of your own cognitive thoughts, patterns, vocal cords. You just get the message. Currently, it is around 12:30. You guys had lunch, so it's around 12:30. You would still get it. You just wouldn't respond. Okay. Kaden, what's the message, though? You would still get the message. What? Oh! The school doesn't confiscate your badge. I'm not sure what you're doing with your badge, though. If it's a character thing, that's fine, but the school wouldn't confiscate it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Also, I think it's illegal if police don't have their badges on them. But you're a 17-year-old girl that's smoking and drinking, so I don't think you care. But Caitlin, what's the message?
Oh, the message was going to be a very detailed plan on where to stand because in case she runs away, we needed a backup plan.
Okay.
for catching her, and King seemed to be the punchy type.
Okay, that's recorded within your badge. As soon as the person that it is meant for grabs it, they will hear it. But that might be a while. King would know that technically you're on a mission right now. So they reported in. You guys said you were going to go interrogate someone. They had to go to school. So they went to school. So King technically wouldn't know what's going on. At this point, it would be lunchtime. I don't know what you're doing, King. So it'd be lunch for you.
My plans are coming into fruition, except that one part. But that's okay. This is why you have backup plans.
Any plan beyond get them here and then
Nope.
take out the blonde one? They're not here yet. What's planned?
They're not technically there yet. I'm just moving you to the map. Those 4 tokens you can ignore.
I click on the badge to message Byroth. Not out loud.
Right beside you.
Not out loud. There might be moles around. A mole never works alone. They usually have backup plans, people stationed around. Yeah, you can never be too careful when dealing with one.
Which is why I thought we should just go there right away, but fine. We lure it here, and then what is the plan? I say into the badge.
The plan, my part of the plan was to get her into a position where she is not close to the Section 5 building. She knows that building way more than us. The streets, we're even. We should be more even out in the streets.
Yeah, but technically we're fighting a traitor to the section, so shouldn't the section be loyal to us and not them?
They would be loyal to their own members. Why would they believe us versus their own members?
Alu asked, is
Because
it wise
we
to
can
do
back
an
it up with
ambush without our
evidence.
superiors knowing?
If Section 5 is responsible for the technological advancements, then using the badges would be the most dangerous thing possible.
The
They're responsible for
interrogators
some,
know this
not this one.
information. The
I don't know that.
interrogators know. But I think Kelly was right. It would be wise to inform Ramon. Or at least, who is our handler that just like stopped showing up?
Civ,
Civ.
the one right currently next to you,
Civ.
you have no idea when she showed up.
Oh, okay.
She looks towards
Civ,
you and
have
states,
you informed Ramon of?
yes, that might be the most beneficial thing for you to do. And then, not knowing that she was there, you then state Civ. And then stop, apparently.
No, boss. Okay, so yeah, let's inform Ramon. I'll brain badge to Ramon. Ramon, the investigators can verify this, but we have very credible reason to believe that there is a blonde female 6-foot human traitor in the R&D section, and we are currently luring her to. Which bar are we at, Caitlin?
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, whichever bar we're at. Panic at the Disco or whatever. So we're acting on that currently. Caitlin, what's the name of the person? You never actually said. No, you did say.
I said it 4 times.
Nemar.
Namar.
We think Nemar is the culprit, and we are currently going to take her into custody.
Alright.
If you have,
Please be discreet.
we are
Please make sure no one else is hurt. I have already verified this information you have gathered. So,
Right.
if you do this, make sure no one else gets hurt. Right now, your standing is good. I'd rather not have that go bad for you.
Okay, people. The repeat of last night. I think that worked very well. Cascading whole person.
I'd need to have my wand out.
Me and Rialta can do it regular. But you have to convince the rest of the section, which apparently you know very well because you invited them to be on our side with this. Does anyone else have their handcuffs? I put mine on the bunny.
You all should still have it. Civ did take them away. Halu then states, if we're going to do the same thing, make sure I don't get hit. Civ then states, I think I can take care of that. Just make sure no one else gets hit either.
I love when a plan comes to fruition.
You had no plan. This was disaster. We are in a public place. This is a terrible place to play.
Okay. As this happens, they enter inside. You can now all see their nameplates, I assume. If not, that's perfectly fine. But Gen looks towards the rest of you because he is the most vocal. Everyone! And I don't know who you two are. It's a pleasure to meet you two, though. The name's Gen.
Again, my friend who I saved from death. Remember that? When you were dead and I brought you back to life?
Remember this man?
Certainly, I remember you, my good friend. And you too. I believe you called yourself my Lady Caitlin.
I did not call myself that.
Could have sworn someone called you that. Silence.
So it's Seagull.
He did call you Lady Caitlin, and
these
he just
are
thought that was your name.
Feels bad.
Now, Gan gets super distracted. Right now, he's just wondering if he actually met Halu and Civ. So he's just trying to draw the conversation out. Try to remember their names, but he's not gonna. Is there anything you ask, say, do? You would have a few options available to you. Hakari. Okay, Gen looks towards you.
Kari.
He wouldn't know you're lying, and he wouldn't believe you. Not wouldn't believe you. He wouldn't doubt you. Still looking towards you. I mean, that's true, but everyone else doesn't know that. He then looks towards you and goes, "Haha, Hakari, the pleasure to meet you. The name's Get. Righteous Paladin, Savior of the world, somewhere. Savior of a village, at least." Namar then looks towards the rest of you.
Everyone, welcome. Sit.
Hey,
Come,
some
sit
of you
with
have
us.
met. Hey, others. Claire then looks towards you, Caitlin. Nods.
Caitlin is the Ping Chan, you've hurt me so. Why you do me like this?
Okay.
What's Caitlin up to? I can hear you.
Caitlin is going to basically take out a makeup kit on the side of Namar and like basically try to fix her hair and stuff like that, like quickly.
That's a little weird. She says. Vera, seeing how this is going, takes Gan and states, let's sit further away. Let them have some time. Oh, whatever. Then he looks towards Halu as she states, "Oh, a paladin, how intriguing." Haha, yes, I am very intriguing and charismatic.
Everyone is charismatic and wonderful. Sit down. Perhaps I will get around for the table.
Oh, I
Sit,
have.
sit.
It's just my lag is taking forever for the tokens to move.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I can't move them. But currently, Namar is next to Caitlin. She just looks towards her and states, "That's a little weird. You wanted to speak with me?"
You're gonna have to go ahead and repeat that, DM. Sorry, yeah.
No?
You got hit by the leg.
Ping Chan has your fucking neck.
How about now? I'm assuming no, because I can't hear you now.
Usually, in this
Alrighty.
situation,
Yep.
How about now?
nothing can translate that.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, welcome back.
Okay, I couldn't hear you guys for a while, so that was weird. And I assume you saw the tokens move.
Yeah,
Okay, right
I
now,
saw the move. So
Namar,
I heard my name.
Alright.
Namar's next to you.
Everybody's sitting down.
As you're brushing your hair, she states, "That's a little weird. You wanted to speak with me?" Claire looks at you, nods as if she thinks what you're gonna ask is what you're gonna ask. Vera looks towards Gen, moves them further away from everyone else, states, "Let them have their time." Gen then states, "Sure, whatever." Looks towards Halabu as she stated, "Ooh, a paladin, how intriguing." "Yes, I am very intriguing and charismatic." Byroth then stated something like, "Many people are charismatic," or something like that.
And then Byra takes drink orders and goes to the bar. And when he goes to the bar, he's gonna whisper into the badge, "Be ready." And when he comes back with everybody's drinks, he's gonna stand behind Nemok.
Okay.
So you have however long that takes to talk to these fools.
Yeah, I would love to get I would love to get somewhere private and actually, talk this out. I didn't know she like glances over to Vera. I didn't know he was coming too.
Sorry.
It's okay. You didn't.
Claire then looks toward you and states, "I can send you into, I think you guys called it the Nerf dimension once?"
No, it's quite all right. I feel like
I mean,
the best course of action
you
would
can't
be
cast
to,
any
not teleport each other.
damaging spells. You can't bring out weapons to assault anyone, but you still have like shield spells, restraining spells, healing spells, stuff like that.
Oh, it's quite all right. I don't want I don't want Namar to be uncomfortable.
I'm fine, but I don't know. Maybe they have a booth or something, or we
How
can.
do you want to go to a booth?
Didn't you say you wanted to go somewhere private?
Yeah, a booth would be good.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a performance check for this whole charade dogma?
Not really. She just thinks you're weird.
Nice.
Is it?
Halu the Glamorous leans forward on the table, with her head resting on her hand. How lovely it is to meet such a charismatic fellow. She then crosses her legs from under the table and smirks as she clicks her fingers and holds out 4 roses for each person, each matching their colors.
Okay. Man you know as Vera says thank you. Claire goes, "Oh, thank you." That's all she says. And then Namar goes, "Thank you, dear." Gan then looks towards you and goes, "Haha! A rose! Excellent! I've seen someone do this before!" And takes a bite out of it.
Again, it's a
That is
legend.
gross. But thank you anyways.
So, roses in hand, are you guys going to go to a corner booth or something? Or a VIP back room?
Sure. We'll go to a VIP back room.
Okay.
This should give you guys enough. This is the message spell to Byroth. This should give you enough time to convince Claire, Yan, Vera that Namar is the traitor, and so it should be fine. You know.
I will have the. Tell me the room number when you get there. I will deliver drinks. Wink.
Neat.
Byroth says wink over the line.
You just hear in your mind, Claire, wink.
Claire winked at me too. Caitlin
That's
thinks
actually like
maybe it's a passing fad for the youngster.
that's actually Caitlin's like most natural form of the wink. She's been blind her whole life. Like that's how she knows. The plan so far is for you guys to convince them somehow that Namar is evil while Byroth blocks the door while he quote unquote gets drinks.
Caitlin is going to essentially just simply keep her occupied while you guys do the charismatic option.
And then I thought we were just gonna hold person handcuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you can't very well just do that out of nowhere. Gotta do it with finesse.
Isn't that literally the best way to do it?
No, because Gin, Vera, and Claire might strike back. Panda, what the fuck?
Alright, so we're going to the back room?
Yeah. How much for like a private room for, I don't know, an amount of time that I think this would take?
You asked for a private room for about 10 minutes. The guy's fine with it. The person that is currently at the bar, you have to ask him. He goes, "Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. 10 minutes. Let's say, I don't know, 10 gold. Don't know why you want it for so little time though."
Yeah,
give him
isn't
3
this a love
platinum.
hotel?
Oh,
3
did I?
platinum. Alright.
I think I said 10 gold, but I meant 10 silver. If you want to give him platinum, that's perfectly fine. But that is
I give him
high
I
rolling.
give him 3 platinum.
Okay. You do so. And you go to the back row. Oops, that's the GM layer. You go to the. You go to one of the back rooms. I'm just gonna move you to the easiest one I can find. Boop,
Once I
boop.
find the room number out, I'll message it to Byroth.
It's room number 1.
You could even do that like obviously. That doesn't have to be stealth. Like I'm getting you guys drinks.
You guys get down on the table for some reason because I
Oh.
had to copy and paste you.
These chairs are enormous.
They're couches or divans.
They are.
Alright.
This is supposed to be a room for parties, so the couches, chairs have to be massive. It just doesn't help that they're also wider. I actually never checked if the tokens fit perfectly. So this is a good learning experience. But I'm going to say we're going to cut Caitlin off here because she's just distracting and go back.
Yuppers.
Gonna get you guys in the GM layer because you're no longer technically here.
Move Byroth over for me.
All right. In the meantime, Hollywood states, "How about I tell your fortune while they are talking?" Claire goes, "Yeah, let's do that. Will I find love?" She holds out her palm. She has no idea how you tell fortunes. Or specifically how you tell fortunes.
Okay, so we're not all going to the back room. You just went with the traitor.
According to the plan,
So Kate.
yeah.
Okay, so Caitlin's just gonna hold person handcuff herself. We have to convince them now. Oh, great. Okay.
Right.
Hollywood the Glamorous pulls out her cards as she does a little trick with them.
As she
Oh
pulls
no,
out,
dear. Palms here. It's simply. Sorry, go.
if it's a Toro card, she pulls out the Death card. If it's a playing deck card, she pulls out the Joker, unless she took those out. Tarot decks have death
The
cards.
Death card of Tarot. Major Arcana. I'm not familiar with the Major Arcana cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am also not familiar. Doot, doot.
Well, there's the
Doot,
link.
Okay, with any luck, it doesn't. Okay, went with the Google. That's a good.
Good cool. There's a lot on this page.
Yeah. She pulls out. Yeah, the death card. Upright.
Earnings change. Transformation transition.
Oh, so out of game. I like how you just are fine with Civ just appearing out of nowhere.
We don't really understand Civ. Like 1 minute she's this curious like bookkeeper, 1 minute she's this high priestess to a chained god, the next minute she's a kung fu killer.
She's complicated.
Like her showing up out of nowhere is exactly as we're just like, yeah, alright,
She's very good at her job, is all I
keep
can say.
doing that.
It seems like you are either coming close to a big
She is
change
not.
in your life or currently undergoing one. Perhaps an ending or perhaps a beginning. Oh. Oh, okay. She rips a piece of paper from her notebook and just lets it go in the wind. Who has a past perception of at least 18?
Let's
Unless you
go.
want to grab the piece of paper.
Where else is a 17?
Okay, Hollywood grabs it.
Hollywood wants to grab paper.
Okay. If you don't want to be caught grabbing it, go ahead and roll sleight of hand. Unless you don't care. It's perfectly fine if you don't care. I'm gonna check Relta sheet.
Real's is 17.
Oh, that's so close. Okay, you just grab it, you don't care. Relta's close enough that I can give you a something. Relta, you read the word Byroth. However, not Caitlin. Hallowoo, you read an excerpt on poetry titled Long Lost Lovers, an excerpt of Byroth and his lover. She doesn't mention the lover, but it is very
Jeez.
attuned to a very burly masculine individual, perhaps male, perhaps a tiefling, based off of the wording.
Barath doesn't go for any of this confetti, but does it like cascade around his shoulders in a majestic way?
I think it's
Halliwoo simply hands it back and gives a wink. Creativity shouldn't be thrown away.
It would have been funny if if you said should. Kaler then states, if that's the fortune, I think it's time I let it go. I mean, I think I found something new to look forward to as she looks back at the area where Caitlin and Namar went to. So, while they're gone, do you guys want to talk? Vera then states, or we can just go. Apparently, I wasn't invited. Uh, or or we can talk. Talking is good. Again, then
Caitlin, you
states,
got ideas? Otherwise, if Caitlin doesn't take it away, Barrows is gonna blunt his way through it.
you can blunt. But then again states,
Oh, Caitlin
we
went
can
away.
always talk.
Anybody else want to try and be subtle, or is Barrows just gonna be like? Anybody want to be subtle? 5, 4. Oh, typing. All right. Byroth will return with the drinks at this point. If everybody drinks.
Okay, you hand over the drinks.
So,
Everyone thanks you, maybe. Depending on PCs, the NPCs thank you, except for Civ. She doesn't take a drink.
I see you're engaged in a game of Pharaoh. Halliwoo pretends to sneeze and sits back. The paper turns into sparkling dust as she sits back down in her chair and asks, so how's life been treating you all?
Claire looks towards
Right here,
Halliwoo,
you should do that.
surprised, and goes, "Pretty."
Girl voice. Okay.
Ganlin states, everything's fine. Right now, we're just really bored. Our supplies haven't come in yet. For some reason, it's taking forever. Don't know why. Claire then states, according to our boss, it's been rerouted from a couple of times. Some of the import areas have been getting mugged recently. So, I don't know. Maybe we accidentally got hit. So we keep having to send out orders. Vera then states, but that's life. Overall, though, we're pretty good. Been busy here and there. Gen's been on a couple dates. many a suitor. You guys can be surprised or unsurprised, entirely up to you. But based off of his personality, it is a little weird. Civ then states, and personally, how are you all together? Claire then states, we're fine, friendly. Namara can be closed off at times, but sometimes people are like that, so we can't put too much pressure on them. Gen then states, indeed. While she is charming, she can be a bit abrasive, but that is life. Vera then states, Gen can be allowed sometimes. More than sometimes.
Yeah, the thing about Nemen. What's her name?
Namar.
Nemen? Nemar.
It's basically
Thing about
name and then
Nemar
R.
is thing about Nemar is we have very credible reason to believe she is traitor. Informant, in fact, to criminals and mole inside the Undead.
Claire.
Caitlin is even now apprehending her with the blessing of Section 9. We would hope that you would not interfere with this process. She will go through, of course, the process and the rightful interrogation. Well, they say interrogation is questioning, different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that is why we are here today.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll persuasion. Advantage. You do not
Oh,
know why.
boy. Ooh. Persuasion. Is anyone gonna? Oh, I guess I already have it. 14.
Da, 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 da. 12. Claire looks towards you, looks to the rest, and goes, I knew it! She takes out the same handbook that she took out literally a few seconds ago. I just wanted to chat with some people at the work, maybe treat them to some lunch later, as she winks at Claire. She looks towards Hallie and goes, No, it's fine. I knew it. See, look at my notes. She then takes out some serious detective work notes and goes, It all fits. I mean, she's been coming to work late at sometimes. She's the one that's been telling us that her supplies have been missing. Everything fits together. Gen goes, Huh. Yeah, I can believe that. Vera then states, Yeah, that would make sense.
So you will assist us in this apprehension of a potential criminal?
Claire then states, Oh wait, oops. Hedwig Glamours let out a very strange sigh of relief as she's trying to keep some form of calm up. Claire then looks towards Hedwig and goes, You're fine, dear, you're fine. Byroth, right? Well, I can't feign that anymore. I know your name. Byroth. Yes, we
That-
will help. We
This is good.
don't really like her. Indeed, Ken then states, Well, she is nice. In the workspace, she can be rather abrasive at times, even downright dangerous. Vera then states, Well, we're not really doing anything.
These are red flags to be sure, but feel free to verify with Ramon, head of Section 9, that this is all sanctioned and we should proceed to room, whatever number it is, with Caitlin and the fugitive and apprehend her immediately.
Okay. Save is typing something down, and then you hear 3 pings on the other side of the table. Again, Claire and Vera all take out their smartphones, and then they nod. All right, information has been verified. Excellent.
Let us proceed to the private.
Sure, do you know where they went?
Caitlin?
Caitlin would have already stated that she went into the first room.
At room number 1.
Just the food for thought. How wise would you say Namar is? She's quite strong, but mentally she is not wise. Very smart, but not wise.
This is good. We will attempt to apprehend her with holding magic.
All right. As you head towards the private room, you currently see them both making out with their hands. Maybe they're teaching something. I don't know. I was making something up there. Oh, what were you doing other than brushing her hair?
Caitlin, you gonna give us a little flavor of what you guys doing there?
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
there he
yes,
is.
freedom. Pink had a grip on me. I heard everything you said. I just could not respond.
Alright, well now
A
you
dog
got a
went-
grip on this blondie. What do you got?
A dogma. If I'm able to roll a higher charisma check, I would love to try to do that.
It would be pretty high. She does think you're a weirdo right now. So you
Feels
may
bad, dog.
try. She might like weirdos. Who knows? Go ahead and roll.
Eh.
No
Raw
added
charisma or
bonus.
skill.
Do you have the skill or the spell Charm Person?
God, I wish I did.
Then it's just a
That'd
standard
be so good.
charisma.
I have charming abilities.
Oh,
How
those will
did
work.
you dialed somebody the other day?
You can go ahead and roll Charm, Charisma, with your proficiency and your bonus. Oh, that's pretty high.
Oh, then with my proficiency, that'd be +4.
That's really wanted you to fail, and she just ignores your ignores you, but you didn't. I'm sad. Stop ruining my fun.
My ability to distract is top tier.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe she liked your weird awkwardness. You brushing her hair. You getting her alone in room. You basically talking about the weather. She just basically shuts you up by making out with you. As everyone
Nice.
enters inside, I don't know, maybe you fawn ignorance, maybe you decide to pull away and blush and go, oh my, I didn't see you there. Or maybe you wait 3 seconds and do that. Who knows?
I wait 3 full seconds.
I assumed. Oh my, I didn't see you there. Civ then goes, yeah, huh? Mar,
Haven't you ever heard of knocking?
Baroth, you knocked about twice.
I mean, God.
Okay, Bios just like does the like hands up like come on, you know what we're doing.
God, knocking, I can't even believe it. It's like top 10 anime betrayals in here. Also make me a wisdom saving throw.
On Baroth?
You would
No,
know for Namar.
Oh, okay.
No, Namar.
Caitlin's just like doing the thing where she's yelling at Byroth and then just like casts a spell off like like the NBA pass, like the no look pass.
Okay. Namara has a flat roll, so it's 12. Halavu did take a picture of you, Caitlin. You have no idea this happened.
Shit.
You said you waited.
3 full goddamn seconds. Now my whole bard career is over.
Civ quickly runs, dashes, gets on the table, does not a heavy lean, but not enough for her to just be flat. Slides through, grabs her cuffs because she still had her cuffs on her, and basically shuts down Namar's hands. She is currently restrained. Is there anything else you're doing? She
I'm going to let go of her.
okay. She doesn't technically have any spells she can't use. She needs her blade. Her hands are currently tied. Her blade is by her side, and she can't wield it this way. Ah, damn
I'll
it.
take her sword then.
You're not
Halavu
taking her sword.
asks if those are magic.
They are technically. They resize to the culprit's hand width. Sometimes you have to capture gnomes, goblins, giants, half giants, orcs. So they have to meet certain requirements. But they also damper certain magical properties.
They're the sort of handcuffs that you couldn't say cast freedom of movement and get rid of.
It also keeps the person from teleporting out.
Sound
as-
like super cuffs to me.
They are
Dimensional shackles.
dimensional shackles. Yes, thank you. I was forgetting the name. So I was trying to describe them without saying the name. Civ then looks towards Namor and goes, no, towards Caitlin as she tries to go for her blade. That's supposed to go into evidence.
I was taking it off her. I was gonna keep it.
Okay. If I don't see any evidence, I will report you. You take the blade.
I drop it in my bag holding.
Does Halavu polymorph this person, or is that
It's fine if you do.
misclick? No polymorph.
Okay.
No polymorph.
All that was gonna happen is you turn her into a bunny and you bring in a bunny.
Instead, we bring in an actual person. Byroth will carry her.
For flavor, I'm just gonna say you do it. You turn her into a squid. The handcuffs form to capture all squid arms, and you just bring in a squid.
Bring in a squid. Like it's like they can't even help it. It's just like sucker to the armor plating. They can't help it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I love when our plan comes to fruition.
As you head out and regroup in Section 9 after bringing down the culprit, or do you speak with the red ringleader?
The
Who?
red ring.
The
Do we know a red ring?
not the red ringleader, the yellow ringleader, the person that the main bad guy was working with. If not, that's fine. The cops can easily take care of that.
Oh, do we want to speak to the Barovian again?
No, the one that's currently held in custody, the guy with red hair. You guys never spoke with. It's fine if you don't. Again, the cops can deal with this. The only person that was hard to find was Namar.
can't go.
King tells you, Caitlin, he told me go somewhere, but never where. But to be more specific, I'm talking about. Brought you to this police station map. Ping, click. Reveal area. The guy with red hair. This one.
I remember that dude, but I don't remember.
Hey, it's her, that person.
She's in jail too.
It was bad.
Why? She was kidnapping and potentially murdering children. She's not a good person.
I don't remember who that is. I just remember the token.
Oh. Yeah.
The only reason I remembered it because I was like, oh, look, it's an Elvish Elsa from Frozen.
Oh yeah, no, she was Overload. She was
Oh, the
technically
grabby hands.
yeah, the mercenary exploding person.
If Halliwoo knows the king's there, she will inform Grub. Did Caitlin tell us about King's part?
She would have. If he, not he, the name King. If King responded, perhaps, but no, I don't think so.
Okay, so he made it home with the traitor. What then? I
You're-
assume they interrogate her.
They interrogate her and they get a lot of information. They don't have specifics, but they do have location routes. They do have what she's been doing. She's been providing this man with a whole bunch of information as well as material that he found. Air quotes. She's been siphoning it off and having to reorder things, which is why Section 5 kept waiting for the materials to get there. You also learned that the mechanical systems that they were operating under, as in bringing people back, had a subsection within it, a subroutine within the system, where potentially they would save a scrap of their DNA material and potentially try to replicate the being once more. Eventually, this would transpire in the mechanism that would cast a variant of clone, allowing a new copy of the person to form and manifest, but it had to be controlled by the first one. So they were limited to what they were capable of doing. Simple instructions and rules, however, could be easily applied. Furthermore, the route system towards Athera and the route system towards Lynn has been verified underneath the workings of magic. Still looking into this person, but a new source has been identified and is a viable outcome. In addition, the man that is currently in jail is not really cooperating. Regardless of any intent you make, there has been implemented spells within his own mind network that unless you rewrite his brain, there is no way of getting any information out of him. The Kings have been very thorough in this. That being said, he is not stable. So if you do this, this could be a threat to his life. If you're even able of doing this. That being said, you have cleared mostly everything. The man that first of all is not getting out of this unscathed. He has already nobility stripped, family taken away, all objects and possessions taken away as well. Dimensional shackles, binding spells have been placed on his magic. No abilities are able to be manifested so long as these are on him. But any type of, let's call it magical or other effects can be placed on him and not be restricted. There's going to be a lot of torture. Maybe. I don't know. You didn't hear any of this, but he has done a lot worse than what you've seen. But that's neither here or there. Any and all this and all that, you have managed to find the person that was in the R&D department that has been ultimately giving out information and the rest, as well as providing certain potential risk threats out there, such as the psychic paper. But they need a connection to Section 3. How they did that is with the Red King and the first mission you guys undertook, where you re-entered and found Millie, or M-I-L-L-I-E. No, there was no E. You knew and verified that some items and objects have been scanned and sent out. If you had to guess and then piecing it together, these were the items. sending out this information, you connected 2 and 2 together. Heading out and finding the location of, well, the first mission, Alice, it was deduced that they were bringing in slaves from all over, getting people's debts paid out by selling their children, their daughters, uh, their sons, anyone they could grab in any way or form possible. They have done so. You managed to save Alice, whether you knew it or not, from a life of serious threat. Overall, most of your missions had correlations with all of this. One way or another, this is a vast mapped network, and you shut it down. Besides that, however, you guys did good. A lot better than I thought you would. You have been honored with a new title known as Reckoning. Reckoning allows you to enter into a new state known as Phantasmal Imagery. Once a long rest, you are able to enter into a state known as Insightful Mind, where you can ask the GM for clearer clues if it is unclear to you. However, if it's potentially possible for your character to understand, you will enter into the state and your character will deduce what you cannot. But this is a new title that's been granted to you by the administrative system. While the director of the police does not really like you still, you have done enough work that he does commend you for it. King also gets these, but I still don't know where he is. So he just gets them later. So you have a whole ceremony. King is just playing hooky. Not only in school, but the ceremony. Maybe. I don't know. You can be there if you want, King. I just don't know where you are currently. But overall, as it stands now, things are going to get a little quiet in the city. You will have about a month to 2 months of just free time. You can take a class at the university. You can go hunting with the soldiers that are clearing out the areas here and there. You can go on dates, find new love, meet Percival, and Percival, find the third Percival. Go out and find a new location, a city, who knows.
During that time, I would like to take out the map and show it to everybody in the party, the Eldorado map.
Okay. One day, as you're all just hanging out, King, maybe playing hooky, you're kind of not on a mission right now, so it's perfectly fine. Halabu, Hoot Singer, Rauta, Civ, Kate. Actually, Civ's been gone here and there from time to time. You don't know where she's going. I'm not gonna lie, it is or would be around noon. King. The ceremony would have taken place 3 days after all these things happened. But yeah.
Do you get like actual medals for this sort of thing?
Yes.
3 days
Fire.
passed, right, Dogma?
Hmm?
If 3 days passed, I would like to eventually go see my contact to see how things went down.
3 days have passed. You go there towards your contact. They're no longer there.
Okay, then I know where they are.
Yeah, they're where you think they are.
Yay!
The next day, I'm gonna taking that girl at the God Chamber out on that coffee date. Nice. She just had the free time. You go out. Go ahead and roll me some persuasion. 3 of them. But yeah, Rauta takes out the map one day while you're all hanging out. Claire, Ramon, Blair, Byroth, Halabu, Civ. I already said Rauta, Hoot Singer, Caitlin, and King. Maybe you're not technically on a mission right now, so if you decide to show up, your call. Oh, that natural 20. Okay. Okay, you can do that if you'd like. What was I gonna say? Oh. What was I saying? Hello, you managed to convince her to go
You
on
were
the date.
naming everybody.
The date went super well. Do you go for a kiss? 19 says you're able to. Up to you. First date, girl. Who knows how forward you are. Okay. People have, during that time, tried to speak with you. Caitlin's been trying to contact you. Halu has been trying to look for you, but you can disappear from time to time, so it's hard for her to track you down. Byroth and Rauta try from time to time. Ramon and Claire, if you're not really, what's it called? around, they can't really do anything. Again, you're there for experience, so. Okay, if that's how you feel. Then maybe I wasn't clear on it with everything. I mean, the first time Ramon gave you the offer the first time, basically stating it was your choice since he didn't want to put you in danger, and you chose not to go on the mission. So that was more you than that. The doc, that was pertaining to that mission, so. This one wasn't technically a mission, and Caitlin did try to contact you, but the badge wasn't with you. And then after that, hard to say what you did after that. And you are right, she didn't actually give any real details, so I don't want to say it's Caitlin's fault,
About
but it wasn't a very
the mission?
clear thought. Yeah. Well, kind of mission.
Because I did actually write something out for it.
Oh, okay. Let's see, and when she got the message, Ramon backed it up, which is obvious. I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been hard to get a hold of King. Like, it's been tricky.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Ultimately, it's just been a roundabout case of not really being able to speak with each other, not really realizing what you guys do between your own time. Caitlin doesn't understand that you're also a student, so you don't take your badge from time to time. You're 17 years old, so Caitlin thinks you probably have all the time in the world. She knows she does. Sometimes others try to speak with you. Doesn't happen though. Yeah, okay, people have tried King, it just seems to have not working out. So if you want to switch characters, that's perfectly fine. But hello, this is what I was about to get to. As you're exploring, doing all this, right around the end of this time, you guys do level up. You guys were training, doing all this. This is how you're being taught all this stuff. At the end of this, though, Rauta does show you guys the map to El Dorado. You guys have no pertaining missions currently as we speak. If you guys want to take this adventure, you can.
Sorry.
Sounds very interesting to by the way.
And Caitlin
The
introduces you.
Road to El Dorado, a mystical city of metal? My goodness.
While this is all going on as well behind the story, Caitlin brings her daughter to the city and gets her enrolled into school. Whether she tells you guys this, who knows?
So wait, Caitlin brings an actual living child to the academy?
I mean, it's up to Caitlin to tell you
Living is
that or
pretty
not.
subjective here.
An animate? Is it a shambling husk or is it a...
Is Caleb a shambling husk?
Hello, you can roll.
you tell me, man. Describe yourself.
Okay. Catch you later, Rex. Oh, I think I already left. Hello, go ahead and... Oh, I should probably stop the recording. You guys level up, and then the session for today. But we're still going to continue a few things.
Oh,
Hello,
level up.
go ahead
Interesting.
and roll me some... Let's see. You at least do one performance a week. 2 months is 8. Roll me 8 performances.
Wait, did you say 8 performances?
Yes.
All right.